There we go. Hey everybody! So I've got Facebook over here, or I've got YouTube over here, I've got Instagram over here. I just wanted to come on here really quickly and talk to you guys a little bit about my journey and share with you guys where I've been and why I created my Not Another Fitness Challenge. I'm also going to put my face on while we do this, so pardon me. A lot of you have followed me for a while, but for those of you who don't know me personally, I'm going to share with you a little bit of my story and then talk about the concept, one of the major concepts in this Not Another Fitness Challenge, which is a spiritual, emotional fitness level up coaching course that I'm doing for the next 12 weeks. So I'm going to talk to you guys about that and talk to you guys about my own health journey and how I basically came to where I am today and what is going to be in these next 12 weeks for this coaching course. It's on sale right now. You can click the link in my bio. For those of you on YouTube, I will put the link in the description box in just a second when I'm done with my face. Okay. So anyway, many of you guys, if you've heard my story, you know that I competed. I was an athlete most of my life. And then after graduating college, I didn't really have a reason to work out or be healthy, anything like that. My mom had always worked out and I'd always admired that about her. But one of the things that it's hard to know when you're an athlete, you're basically just like working out to compete, right? So doing something for your health is very different and for your longevity and well-being. And so after I graduated college, I was kind of like I didn't really have an identity outside of being an athlete. And so I was searching for an identity, and many of us don't know who we are, right? We don't actually have a solid foundation of who we are, which is one of the things we're going to talk about in the course. So I was searching for my identity, and what my identity had always been in athletics or sports or something like that, or as an intelligent kid or something, and so I started competing. And at that time when I was competing in health and fitness, that world was crazy. Like, you were eating chicken and broccoli, you were working out multiple hours a day. It was your whole world, and it really was an identity. And I can tell you guys, to be honest with you, I didn't have the greatest of self-esteem, and I didn't have the greatest of confidence in myself as a woman. I was fine, as an athlete, it was oh yeah, or as a smart student, but me as a human being, I did not have confidence in me as a human being, and I didn't even know myself as a woman. So, all that to say, I started competing, and I was oh, I have this identity, and people were complimenting me on my body. I was super shredded. People were asking me to do modeling contracts. They were wanting to take pictures. They were very, 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 I guess the word is amazed at my progress and how I looked, and I got so many compliments on that. And that became my identity. I was wow, I'm a fitness person. I'm super shredded. I'm lean. I'm fit. And I started to look to my body to bring me confidence, and to look to my physical appearance to bring me confidence. And you guys, don't get me wrong. I am a firm believer that you should take care of yourself. And here I am doing this, putting on makeup, because I think you should take care of yourself. I think you should put effort into yourself. You're worth it. But your physical appearance is never going to bring you the peace and the joy and the happiness that you think it will. So I competed. I was 115, 120 pounds, the smallest I've ever been. It's the only time I'll ever wear a size 0 in pants. But I also ruined my health. I ruined my metabolism, and I hit rock bottom. And because what happened was, when you're dieting like that, your body just shuts down. So my hormones shut down. I had 0 libido, 0 period. I was irritable. I was cranky. And everybody was oh my gosh, you look so great. And on the inside, I felt like trash. Because my spiritual life, my mental life, my emotional life was in the dumps, even though I looked confident and healthy. And so my body rebelled against me. I gained 40 pounds. I got up to 180 pounds while I was living in Korea. And I started to invest in myself in terms of my mental and emotional health because I realized that I was like, my body is never going to bring me the satisfaction and the peace that I think it will. We have these women right now dying, literally dying for BBLs, dying for, surgery to change their body as if that's the thing that's going to bring them peace and happiness and joy, or dying so they think because they think that's going to attract a high quality man. And it's like, that's not it, baby. That's not it. And I fell into that trap too, right? I was like, well, if I just get the perfect body and I just look pretty enough, then I'll get married one day. And if I just do this and that, then I'll be pretty and I'll be happy one day. And it was falling apart because number one, my body was breaking down. And number two, it just wasn't true. Like I was the most fit and healthy and quote unquote, I got more compliments then than I do. Actually, that's a lie. I get more compliments now because I'm healthy. But but I get more compliments. I was getting a lot of compliments on my physical appearance back then, but my inner world was a mess. It was a wreck. And some of you may resonate with this on different levels, right? Where you're like, my inner world is a wreck. Like I'm constantly anxious. I'm constantly thinking about my body, or I just can't lose this weight. It's got a hold on me. I hear you. I hear you. And I've been on all sides of that spectrum. And so what I did was I invested in a therapist. I invested in a coach like myself. I invested in someone who had been there. I invested in courses like the one that I'm presenting you today. I invested in so many courses on getting to know who I am and who I am outside of my body, who I am outside of what everyone thinks about me, because I had a lot of pressure on me to just be somebody that I wasn't. And so I invested in tons of courses and tons of time and energy. And the biggest thing that I'm going to tell you today, which is what the title of this live is about, is that I had to realize I had spent, what are we looking for? Oh. I had spent, so let's call it 27. I was 27, right? So let's call, I was conscious at the age of, let's call it 5. Okay. So I spent 22 years brainwashing myself, and no offense to anybody who raised me, but I spent 22 years being bombarded with who I am, thoughts, beliefs, patterns, habits, coping mechanisms, you name it. You name it. I was coping with my emotions with food, drugs, alcohol, men, you name it. I did it. So I had 22 years essentially invested in my own personality. That's what I realized, and into this old person. And I was like, I want to become a different person. And you know what? You have to match your old energy. If I spent 22 years becoming one person, I was going to have to spend the equivalent of 44 years, meaning that level of energy, to become a new person. And that's what I had to do. I had spent 22 years telling myself I wasn't good enough, telling myself that my worth was in my body, telling myself that, I wasn't worth anything unless, I was this size, telling myself, listening to myself talk to me. It was sad. I was talking to myself. I was like, oh, you're dumb. You made that mistake. You shouldn't have done this. Listening to myself talk to me, I was like, wow, I have so much to undo. And it's true. So when I say match your old energy, a lot of us think, well, I'll just try a new diet, or I'll just try a new workout plan. And it's like, babe, you spent 22 years not doing anything, and your body very much, y'all, I'm cheating right now with my eyes, my eyebrows. Your body has gotten very comfortable with what you've been doing. It's not going to give up that easily. your mindset, your brain is not going to give up that old lifestyle that easily. You're going to have to match that 22-year energy. That means you're going to have to change the way you think. You're going to have to change the way you talk to yourself. You're going to have to change the way you feel. Yes, you can change the way that you feel. I hate how we think we're so powerless to change the way we feel. Feelings are temporary, meaning they last for a little while, but you have the power to change. You have the power to say, you know what? I am feeling sad. I am feeling depressed. I am feeling upset. And if there's nothing I can do about it, then I'm going to let it go and release it. But you've spent time and energy be invested in your old self. And you can't just think that after 6 weeks or 12 days, you're just going to change. You actually have to physically go inside of your brain, emotionally, and say, I'm going to be a different person. And that's what we're going to be doing in the 12-week course, is we're going to be talking about how do I change my entire identity? Because it's not just, oh, I just work out. Oh, I just exercise. I just eat these kinds of foods. No, if you don't match your old energy, if you don't fight against your old personality with such vigor, you are not going to make it. And so in the course, I show you the things that I had to tell myself, the literal prayers that I had to pray, the journal prompts that I had to do for myself so that I could change my identity and become a different person, because that's what it takes. You don't just, I believe that you can change your personality, actually. I think a lot of personality is childhood trauma, and that once you resolve childhood trauma, you can actually change who you are. You get to decide who you want to be. I used to be like, like, I love people. I do, but in small quantities. I have embraced my introvertness, okay? So you can change your personality. I used to be someone who could not stop talking. Now, I actually don't talk that much. I would prefer to listen now. That was something I had to ask myself, why do I talk so much? Oh, because I'm afraid of my own thoughts? Let me stop talking and see what comes up. That was part of my healing journey. Right? And so this is the kind of thing that we're going to be talking about in the 12-week course, because I thought that my fitness journey was all about exercising and eating out, and that, oh, I just need to do that. But the reality is you are changing your identity when you become the kind of person that takes care of your health. And the reality is that's going to require some work. That's going to require you to shift. And when you shift, think about the earth. When the earth shifts, the whole earth quakes. You're going to have to quake. You're going to have to quake. There's going to be some destruction. There's going to have to be some massive changes in your life. And I promise you that when you join this course, you will see how deep fitness and health and nutrition goes, because it's not just about working out and eating right. It is an identity shift. And it requires mental, emotional, spiritual, a fortitude that I don't think people are recognize. So I'm going to go ahead and drop the link to this course. There's 2 more days to sign up before I'm going to increase the price. This is my first live coaching course that I've done. The women in there who have already signed up are amazing. I cannot wait to get you guys started on this, because this is the work that I'm called to do. I love training people, but at the end of the day, I know that there is such a deep, intimate, physical, spiritual, emotional, mental work that has to be done in order to change your identity. And so I was like, you know what? I'm just going to listen to the call and make the course. And we're gonna get in here and we're gonna change our lives from the inside out, because I've been there. I've been the girl who eats emotionally. I've been the girl who starved herself. I had full-on eating disorders. I've been the girl who didn't know what I was doing, didn't have a full clear picture of who I wanted to be, didn't have boundaries. And I'm not that person anymore. And so I also know that you as women have what it takes, right? You have what it takes to be that. You just need some guidance. So that's why I created this course, this Not Another Fitness Challenge. It's honestly way underpriced because it's well under my monthly coaching prices, which I just thought, I was like, you know what? Because there's going to be some women who cannot afford my personal coaching, and this will be for them. And so I lowered the price, but it will raise up on Saturday. So anyway, this program is unlike anything I've ever done before, and I'm super excited, YouTube and Instagram, for you guys to start, because this is the life-changing work that changed my life. If you're on Instagram, you can click the link in my bio to sign up. Right now it's on sale for $2.99. It's going to go up to $5.99 once I'm done, because the work that we do is worth more than that. It's worth more than gold. And then if you're on YouTube, I'm going to go ahead and link it in the comment section below. I've got to head out and train one of my athletes in person, but you guys, you've got to match your old energy. You've got to match. If your old self is the one who sits on the couch and self-sabotages and gains weight and loses weight, you're going to have to match that old energy with a vengeance, with your new energy, new affirmations, new thought patterns, new psychology, new thoughts, everything, new behaviors, new habits. And that's the work that we're doing in Not Another Fitness Challenge. So let me go ahead and pop this in here below. And then you guys, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here and train these athletes. Go put some yoga pants on. I hope you guys have a beautiful day. You are worth it. You're worth the 10 minutes. You're worth the 15 minutes. You're worth the 10 minutes of journaling. You're worth the food, the healthy food. You're worth the massage. You're worth investing in yourself to change your life. That's the biggest thing, is that you're worth the investment. All right, you guys, I will see you guys later. Thank you so much for being a part of this community. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in Not Another Fitness Challenge.